This empty space on pit road represents third starting spot. Dale Earnhardt's black number 3 is scheduled to line up here. He's a little late for what everyone thinks will be his party. That car is waiting down an inspection and will soon be rolled into position, and that will be bad news, some say, for the rest of this field. Earnhardt has led and won 3 stock car preliminaries this week. Today is Sunday. Can he be beaten? Most of the experts here don't think so. If we believed every word that had been written and said about this race, we'd give Dale Earnhardt the checkered flag and the money right now. How about it, Dale? Do you think you're as good as everybody says you are today?
Well, we hope so, Dave. The car's been working good all week, and, you know, it's the Daytona 500. There's a lot of competitive cars here, and it's a long day today, so you've got to run good all day long. You've got to have the luck with you, too. So, you know, we proved that last week that last year here, you don't win it by this car alone. You win it by a little luck to go with it.
Real quick, you're not the kind of guy that lets the pressure that everybody's put on you get to you, do you?
Well, we haven't yet, so hopefully we can withstand the pressure. We just want to get today behind us and see if we come on victory lane.
Passing already starting, going into turn 3. There's Earnhardt moving up on Ernie Irvan. He isn't going to waste much time, Ken, trying to go to the front.
That's what we may see all day. That car runs on a rail on the bottom of the racetrack. Earnhardt on the bottom for second.
Shaking his fist at somebody already. I think he got tagged there. By the way, he took a big bite of that wheel. Crossed the stripe for the first time. Davey Allison still leads, but just look at the way that Dale Earnhardt's able to stay out of the draft and just pull by our pole sitter, Davey Allison.
That's pure horsepower, David.
And it's incredible handling. He can run anywhere he wants, as he proved a week ago in the Busch Clash. High, middle, low. This number 3 will track.
A lot of hearts already sinking as they watch Dale Earnhardt disappear.
He has dominated, I mean dominated, led 80% of the NASCAR races he has been here in the past 7 days. 400 of 475 miles.
Richard Childress owns Dale Earnhardt's car, and he spent a lot of time in victory lane already this week. What's he telling you about that oil cooler blockage?
Well, we're watching it right now. It don't seem to be a problem. If it got up around 240 or 250, we'd start getting concerned.
Now, Robert Yates was just here, the crew chief of the leading car driven by Davey Allison, and he usually doesn't come to pay a social call in the middle of the race. What's going on here?
Well, we just wanted to talk about some stuff, you know, and the bird.
The Thunderbird or the other bird?
Right now, the other bird.
Okay, well, nobody's been able to beat these 2 black cars all week. Let's see what happens when the green flag comes back out. Here's Dave Despain.
Definitely going higher and higher up on the banking here. Normally, he's been running right around the bottom, and he goes high enough there to get out of that draft of those cars in front, although as he gets onto the back straight, he soon slips back into it.
They say that car is pushing out there. That's the report from down on pit road.
Well, that means that it would ride high in the turns. That means that the back end is sticking too tight when he goes into the turns. The front wheels just won't cut the way that he wants them to, and so it rides high in the turns.
Right front fender going just like an arrow toward that outside. Whoa! Trouble for just one. Car spinning directly in front of Earnhardt. It's Stricklin. Stricklin once, twice, 3 times around. Starting to come back up on the track. He's trying to hold it down. Kowicki gets through. As does Sterling Marlin and the rest of the field.
And he's lost his windshield as well. Boy, did he get nudged there by Dale, or did he just lose all the air when Dale ran right up behind him?
I don't know.
I think he lost the air. Let's take a look and see in a moment. And what happened to the Bobby Allison car number 12?
He did suddenly seem to back out of it right in front of Dale, didn't he? I mean, it looked fairly normal from inside Earnhardt's car.
And a break here for Kyle Petty. He had just passed the leader, got back in the lead lap, so now he is back in the thick of it, and he has fresher tires than do those other drivers.
And David Hobsnet, Jarek, this is where we'll see that odd even tire change for the first time.
Petty, of course, got his lap back, so he's on the back end of the lead lap. Well, he's right in the thick of it again. The pits are now closed, so no one can do any tire changing.
Again, here's what happened.
I think he might have got tapped a little bit. I think Hut ran up on Davey Allison and had to back off, and Earnhardt just shot it there and maybe tapped him just a little bit. And around he went.
We're going to stop right here because Earnhardt is coming in. Let's see what the story is on Dale Earnhardt.
Well, is he coming in, or is he just throwing out a decoy to someone? Let's see. Yeah, I believe he is coming in. Okay.
I'll tell you, just in front of him is the 75 of Ruttman. Ruttman is pitted as well. Mike?
Well, Ken, Dale Earnhardt has only gone 45 laps on this tank of fuel. Ordinarily, he should be able to go farther unless they did not get a full load last time, or unless he's not picking it all up. Goodwrench crew goes to work. A little more cleanup work out there on the front of the car. Danny Myers is the man with the gas can, and Richard Childress is beating down the rear spoiler. Well, now he's going to beat it up a little bit. It's got to be 25 degrees from horizontal minimum, but he's trying to make a minute adjustment with his fist on the handling of that car. He's full of gas and back out.
Mike, we wonder if, since he did come in and take on the fuel, we know that his tires are getting worn. Now, they can change 2 tires a lot quicker than they can put in fuel. So maybe they decide to come on in, get the fuel, and then come back in a little while and get those tires.
No point making work on a pit stop. That's the thing about pit stops. If you try and do too many things at once, there's always the danger, even with a crew like that, that something can go wrong. So if you've got the chance to do it, and with the luxury of a caution, let's get the fuel in, because sooner or later he is going to have to make one of these green flag stops.
Davey Allison breaks away, and the 3 and the 75 both scoot in for this quick stop. Mike Joy.
It is a stop and go for blending up above the line. Ned, you're right. Dale just wanted fuel to ensure himself being able to go further once they got back to green flag racing.
Coming on to pit road right now is number 3.
And we understand that he might take on 4 tires, Ken. He's going to go a lap down, even if he takes on 2. Let's go to the pits and Mike Joy.
Ned, it will be a 4-tire change, and this crew has long been the best of the business. Kirk Shelmerdine on that right front as David Smith jacks the car. Hank Jones carrying tires around to the right side. Scott Kluka's already loosening up the left side lug nuts. They'll be off by the time Smith gets the jack around and that side of the car up. Right sides are done. Cecil Gordon rolls the left front tire up. Shelmerdine plants it, hits the 5 lug nuts. Down goes the car, and Earnhardt's away. Quick 4-tire stop.
I'll tell you how quick, 23 and 9/10 seconds on our clicker.
Good pit stop. Now, of course, he has gone a lap down, but those 4 tires should really let him run a good, maybe a second or second and a half faster per lap than he has been running.
And that stop was made at lap 111.
Now he needs to run a good second a lap quicker than he was running, because he was already losing half a second to the leader. So, but now he's a lap down, so he wants to try and get back with those guys on the track and then pray for yellow.
Now, Dale Earnhardt has been out of the running for a good while because of that penalty, is breathing down Rick Master. That he should be moving past him into second place within the next couple of laps. And then it's going to be the pit man's work. He's going to have to stop for fuel. And that's going to be the key. I think the race for Dale Earnhardt couldn't be won or lost in the pit.
Well, right now it's going to be won on the track, Chris, because here he is closing en masse for second position. You're riding at 190 miles per hour in our live CBS Sports coverage of the Great American Race as Earnhardt, who has come so close so many times last year, right into the final corner. Ran over a piece of bell housing, cut a tire down, and was an also-ran. Twice has run out of fuel. Had it won in '86. Became Bodine's race. Had it won back in 1980 when Buddy Baker won it. Here he is fighting his way back up on Rick Master, number 1. This for second place as Kyle Petty continues to lead.
We have to thank our guru's son, our offspring, Dale Jarrett, who really has been helping Dale Earnhardt. He's been right behind him, pushing him along. And in fact, Dale got alongside, Dale Jarrett got alongside Dale Earnhardt going down the straight there.
Yeah, and that hurt him. Now he's given Dale Jarrett the sign that he's coming into the pits. Dale Earnhardt making what should be his final pit stop right now.
And Dale Jarrett is running in 21st position as he comes by in the Wood Brothers car. With Earnhardt
16th, Ken, he has moved up on the pit stops as Earnhardt comes into the pits. You see him gearing down as he comes into the pits, and Dave Despain is there.
All week long, the conversation, can anybody beat Dale Earnhardt? Now the somewhat battered left front on that Chevrolet very much in view here as the pit stop, the final pit stop of the race for Dale Earnhardt will include a right side tire change, and they jam the fuel in. Now they'll come to the left side. No, they will just do the right. 15 seconds, 15.3 seconds for Dale Earnhardt. Let's quickly check with Kirk Shelmerdine, crew chief on the car. They're doing their cleanup after the stop. Kirk, you got a good clean stop. Question is now, can you catch him and get to the front?
Depends on what the other cars have to do. I think a lot of them have to stop, a couple of them don't, so it just depends on whether we can catch them or not.
Everybody wondered what could stop you. Perhaps that stop and go penalty is going to be the big issue.
Coming down to the line, ready to take green. Final moments, 500. 188 laps complete as they come to the stripe. 12 to go. And it's Wallace, Waltrip, Earnhardt, Irvan, Kyle Petty, the top 5, Rick Maston, 6, Joe Ruttman, 7, Sterling Marlin, 8, Derrike Cope, 9, Davey Allison back there in 10th as they wheel down into the first turn.
Ken, I wonder if Rusty Wallace has enough gas to go. I mean, we're told that when he pitted last, there was something like 60 laps to go. And I don't know if he can make this, stretching it a long way, so we'll just see. But he's got more than gas to contend with right now.
Here comes the man in black, Earnhardt to the inside, trying to win the race he's never won. 48 Winston Cup victories, but the Daytona 500's elude him. He's won everything else here. The 400 in July.
Whoa,
one car in the wall. Wallace slams the wall on the outside. Another car breaking loose. Derrike Cope spinning to the line.
And Darrell Waltrip in the pits.
Yeah, Darrell Waltrip in trouble.
Derrike Cope.
4 more cars right here at the start finish line. Blowing tires. Caution is out.
Hut Stricklin and Harry Gant getting locked in together there.
Earnhardt out in front.
7 laps to go.
Billed in the early days as one tough customer. Billed these days as the intimidator, but this track has intimidated him for years. Just could not win here. Is it about to change? We'll see. Ernie Irvan has other ideas, as does Kyle Petty in 3rd, Joe Ruttman 4th, Sterling Marlin 5th, Rick Mast 6th, Davey Allison 7th, and Dale Jarrett up to 8th as they wheel away.
There's that lack of a gear hindering Kyle Petty and Ernie Irvan slightly as Dale Earnhardt really jumps into a lead. And
Ernie Irvan really off to a slow start. There's Alan Kwiatkowski down on the inside of him. Dale Jarrett did beat Ernie Irvan on the restart there. Dale is a lap down. Dale Jarrett is. He had just made a green flag pit stop when the other caution came out, so he got caught in that situation.
7 cars in that lead lap. Earnhardt stays first. Ernie Irvan in 2nd. Here's Davey Allison coming up to 3rd. Kyle Petty in 4th. Now Kyle drops back, and it's Joe Ruttman into 4th. Look at this run down the inside. Car number 4 sliding through, and Ernie Irvan planks it in there.
Davey Allison took him through, helped him get through there. And now Davey Allison's running right behind Dale Earnhardt. And behind him is Troy Ruttman.
Like that, Joe Ruttman.
I keep calling him Troy Ruttman.
Well, Troy was a race driver. He won the Indianapolis 500.
Davey Allison up on the outside. Davey Allison makes a run on Earnhardt for 2nd place. The 4 to the high side. Chevy on the inside and Chevy out in front.
Long way to go around though.
As they come back to the line, this time Ernie Irvan. Is this going to be an upset? We'll see. 28 and 3 are locked up side by side, and as they run wheel to wheel, Ernie Irvan says goodbye, gang, and pulls 3 car lengths out in front.
Dale Earnhardt's got tires that are fresher than Ernie Irvan's too. He pitted more recently than Ernie, about 25 laps less mileage on his tires, so in theory he should be slightly better off.
Yeah, I think something wrong with Earnhardt's car, that maybe has a tire going down or something. It just doesn't look as smooth in the turns. He and Davey Allison touch going down the backstretch into turn 3. Earnhardt trying to hang on, but I don't know, that car just not working in the turns like it did earlier.
Coming about out of turn number 4. Down to the line. 196 laps complete this time by. Ruttman drops to the inside. Remember, his best finish here at Daytona has been 3rd. He's had some seconds on other tracks. 3rd was his best run here. And look, they're still locked side by side.
And of course, that's just playing right into the hands of Ernie Irvan. At this stage of the game, there's only 4 laps to go. 4.5 laps to go 4 laps to go next time by. Davey Allison, Dale Earnhardt locked side by side. Is Joe Ruttman going to be able to push one of those guys along with him?
Dave Despain.
Well, let's put that question to Kirk Shelmerdine. Is that car as good as you would like to have it?
Well, I think the cars are awful close. We think Dale can do the job for us, and we're just sitting here watching right now.
You know, in a 5-lap race, Earnhardt would be the guy to bet on, but he obviously backed up pretty dramatically when Irvan shot through, but there's nothing wrong, huh?
No, we're doing okay.
Okay, well, they say they're confident here. Let's go to Mike Joy.
And they're confident here as Ernie Irvan whistles by. Irvan was slow coming up through the gears on the restart. Crew Chief Tony Glover said he thought he hung back a little too far. But every time the 2 black cars come past side by side, that's a break for Ernie Irvan's chances to win the 500.
And there's trouble off the turn 2.
Ernie Irvan in front, and Earnhardt.
Davey Allison and Dale Earnhardt and Davey Allison both out of this race.
Ernie Irvan racing back to the line with a big advantage. There's Davey Allison's car coming to a stop. Ernie Irvan coming down. If it finishes here under caution, it'll be the first Californian to win this race since Marvin Panch back in 1961. Ernie Irvan's number 4 streaking across the line. Rest of the field coming by. The 28 car about where it rolled. Kept on going not too long ago.
Kyle Petty spinning in turn 4.
Well, look at the damage on his car.
He must have been involved in that fracas back on the back straight.
Ernie Irvan coming to the line and will win the 33rd annual 500 at about 55 miles an hour. Thank you. Hand out and waving. Irvan in this surprising, unbelievable finish to the 500 as Earnhardt and Allison get tangled up. Kyle Petty on the back straightaway with 3 laps to go.
And there's the jubilation.
Look again at what happened here. On the inside.
Oh, Davey on the outside, Earnhardt down on the inside. Earnhardt's car breaks loose. The rear end of the car they didn't touch before it broke loose, and he gets into Davey just a little bit. Rutman gets by. Sterling Marlin gets by. Here's Kyle Petty. He gets collected up. Boy, the car going up off the ground.
Nearly squeaked through. Davey Allison really was terribly unfortunate there. He just touched that wall.
From Earnhardt's view, watch what happens.
You see, starting to get loose on him. Hood starts to lift up. There you see Kyle Petty jumping over the hood of the car. That could have been nasty there with Kyle and Earnhardt.
In car of Davey Allison.
He was on the outside of Earnhardt. And there you can see the lick when Earnhardt touched him and it threw Allison out of control.
Here he comes, headed for the infield and into that dirt protective bank to keep him out of Lake Lloyd.
Gonna hit that bank real hard.
This man a lot of credit. He's come out of this car smiling 2 years in a row, and that can't have been easy. Dale, what happened on the backstretch?
Well, we was giving it everything we could. Ernie got by us there on the short chute, and me and Davey was racing, trying to get back in position. Couldn't get no help from behind me, and Joe was in and out behind Davey, behind me, and the air got off of me down there, and 1 and 2 under Davey, and whether somebody was behind me or what, but I lost control of the car and spun me and Davey, and luckily we kept coming around. We didn't lose any laps there. We finished 5th, so we can worry about our points. But still, we was going for the Daytona 500. We wasn't leading it, so we was going to try to go to the front.
There will be another one of these, won't there?
Hopefully, I'm living for the 1992 Daytona 500. It's a long time off, but we made it back to this one. So, we got a long year ahead of us, and, we won the championship without winning the 500 last year, so we're going to go after them.
Thank you very much. Dale Earnhardt, let's go to Ken Squire.